89 on up, homies, the show where you gon' get Cali history. It's told with respect and dignity. Spoken by jihad so vividly. He's taking over the industry, giving y'all some download imagery. Damn you, if you ain't hitting them likes, come on, subscribe. Check out the channel and I bet it will make you decide to tune in every chance you get. It's lit, and some of y'all can learn a bit from this gangster shit.
YouTube, what it do, loved ones? You know the motto, if you can, after the story's over there, hit us with a like, which is a thumbs up, and that'll let us know we kicking our stuff. I want to thank the homeboy G. Lee Deuce for the intro from the legendary Mental Historical Hip Hop album, Banging on Wax. You can reach him on Instagram at Solid From Day One. Welcome back to 89 on up. We got my bro right here, and he just sharing the cultural history side of the Lowrider from his experience and his knowledge. Bro, we left off where you took us from 1980 to 81 when you first got a visual of the Lowrider scene, and kind of what it cost to put one together, and what it took then. Now take us to you really getting involved, grooved in with the lowrider scene. When did you first build your first lowrider?
My first hopper.
Your first hopper.
One that I can say, wham, 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 wham.
Right, take us there.
That started in 92. That was when I can make the money to build a hopper. Because back in them days, you can't put a $2,000 paint on a car in them days unless you making money. And if you understand what I'm saying, basically, everybody that was building hoppers or clean cars in them days, you know, either you was a drug dealer, a rapper, or an athlete, or a movie star. Because in them days, when we hit the Crenshaw, we amongst all that in them days. So, yeah.
And so what was dude spending on paints at that time?
Oh wow, man, you got guys spending like $3,000-$4,000 on a paint. That's just a paint. You know, guys, we would strip our cars down. You know, I mean, even earlier in that day in the 92s, I mean, I still didn't. I mean, my car was super clean. I had the cleanest 74 Monte Carlos on the streets of LA. I think I did. And I think that on Cali Swing or Young Hog videos, I'm the only one out there with one, because the only other car was out there was a 1975 Monte Carlo Square Lights, and he was from Individual, and he had the Eagles on the side. So it was just me and him out there throughout the whole time, basically through the 90s with them kind of cars, with the Monte Carlos, them years. And but I didn't put, I think I might have put maybe $7,000, $8,000 into my car just to make it super clean, you know, like have my frame cleaned, have my motor cleaned, and make sure I had clean interior. I mean, but I back bumper, front bumper, chromed, brand new Dayton's, because it really makes a car stand out when you have a nice paint. But I put a nice paint. I put about at least a good $2,500 paint on it, you know, versus some of my friends, they put, you know, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $10,000 paint because they was balling like that. So that's the year of the drug game, if y'all want to know, because, you know, niggas was building everything. It was El Caminos, Lowriders, muscle cars. I mean, we was out there. That was when Crenshaw was, that was a place to be on any given Sunday. And you're not just what you see today. You know, you had the celebrity, you had all the rappers hanging out on Crenshaw. I mean, you know, you had everybody out there, from Long Beach to Ice Cube and them, and Second to None, and many celebrities in basketball. We had basketball players building cars. My club, my president, Rat and them, they built some cars for some basketball players back in them days when they had a shop over on 135th and Western. So, you know, a lot of people wasn't getting involved. It was really, really, really the place to be. And not only that, you got to remember, in them early days in the 90s and 93s, you had a lot of hoods. You know, everybody had enemies. Okay, you got to remember that. And I know I had enemies out there that would want to do something to somebody from my hood, or I never really want to hurt nobody, but I was from a hood. But you had hoods out there, enemies. Niggas had enemies everywhere. I mean, you can really stand on a bus stop and get on the bus and go nowhere, see a broad or nothing, you know, because, you know, the gang violence was real tough, you know. I don't think the genocide wrapped up real tough until about 94, 95, you know.
Do you think the Lowrider Club was able to bring Crips and Bloods together back then?
Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. I had a lot of blood friends. I had a lot of, other Crips from other hood that my homies would have never even indulged with. But these dudes were my friends. These were like brothers. We lowriding. Fuck all that. We didn't even bring that shit to the lowrider scene. We was from...
I'm saying way back then in 92, it was like...
Oh, yeah, it was like that too.
So this ain't nothing new.
No. Hell yeah, Crips had blood friends back in 92 that they lowride with or chill with out there on the shore with, and yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So just to dive into this, and we're gonna take it somewhere else too about the lowrider scene. How did a lot of Crips feel when Bloods came out with the Other Side or the Damu Riders plaque? Just from your opinion in that.
My opinion is I'm a
Did you
real
hear about them
rider.
before? You heard about them before?
The Damu Riders?
Yeah, they
Them my niggas, they cool. Yeah, I was low riding with them way back in 92, 93,
Right.
94.
So that's how long they've been out
Yeah,
too.
yeah. They just from another hood. They from all the little different blood sets all over, from the jungles to Six Deuce Rim. They was everywhere, but they were still cool brothers. We chopped it up. If they broke down, see, that's one thing about the lowrider clubs back in them days too.
So y'all are helping Damu.
Yes. We're low riders. It's not even about looking at them from no hood. We was low riders. We are just one big family. We have to look out for each other, because you out there bouncing them cars and break down. You don't want to be left out there and nobody gives a fuck about you. It wasn't about, because some of the guys, a lot of my club members wasn't even out there when I was low riding. A lot of them would be doing other things, or they just wasn't as active as I was on the scene of the lowrider lifestyle as me and some of my club members was. You know, that's the only difference. But yeah, it wasn't even about a gang or none of that when you're in this lowrider scene. And I really think from any LA club, whether it's the Harley Davidsons or even the little mini bike clubs you see out there, it's not a. They don't want that in there, because to have all that in there means you can't come out your hood. Niggas want to get out their neighborhood. They don't want to see the same niggas they grew up with. They want to see outside people. They want to be free. Everybody want to be free, so they say, "Damn, let me build me a car. Let me be from a lowrider club. Then I can go anywhere." Because lowriders is big time respected, big time. Niggas on them Harley Davidson, big time respected. You can park a lowrider anywhere, I guarantee you ain't nobody gonna touch it. Especially if it's a prominent lowrider from a prominent lowrider club. Man, that's one of Supernaturals. Oh man, that's one of individuals. Oh man, that's one of Damu's. That's one of Public's Enemy cars, the Loved Ones, Watch Life, Majestics. You know, I mean, you know.
What's the patience of building a lowrider?
What's the patience of building a lowrider? Well, it depends on who you are and what type of lowrider you want to build, because some niggas don't got no patience. They go buy a car today and send it to the hydraulic tomorrow, and they just got a regular factory paint on it and some clean interiors and some days, and they out to the racetrack and got them little hood rat, and they rolling, they cool. But those that want to build and get in a show, looking to get a trophy, or just want to have that head turn where you just really can't stop looking at that car until that car's out of your sight, then them cars can take you maybe 3-4 years, because you finna go from the ground up and put a lot of money into it to give it that So
What's-
it can take you 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Some brothers, 6 years, 7 years. Depends on how much money you got to put into it on a consistent basis as you building, because this shit is expensive, very, very expensive, and probably more so expensive now than it was back then, you know. But for a lot of the brothers and either my Latino brothers or my black brothers, I mean, it's like, you know, niggas got hooked up, especially if you've been low riding way back in the early 90s when you had Cali Swang and Young Hog out there, you know, doing the videos. Because you got to remember, I was low riding when there wasn't no cell phones, wasn't none of that shit, no cell phones, none of that, bro. You had pagers, okay? Pagers. If you had a phone, you had one of the big banana phones, but, you know, that's the reason why we took the lowrider scene so serious, so that if something happened to somebody, we right there. You know, you ain't always by yourself. Because niggas can break down anywhere. You don't want to get hurt or think that somebody gonna take your car from you and all that. It was a no touch thing with that lowrider life. It's always been.
A viewer told me to tap in and ask me, was niggas jacking for lowriders back then?
No.
So dudes heard about people being jacked for Dayton's, but not lowriders.
No, cause you get caught in another nigga's car, bro, and you trying to sell parts, bro. You better have a lot of niggas behind you and a lot of niggas that say, well, bro, I'm down with you, because your own friends will turn you in because they know this lowrider shit is serious, bro, because you're dealing with niggas from different hoods and you can bring heat on your car club. So, no, I say no, that's not true.
What's the feeling of one putting together his first lowrider, hitting his hood, hitting his community, hitting LA, hitting the LA scene, man? What's that first feeling like, dog?
Wow. The most, it's the best feeling you can ever feel when you complete a project. Just put it like that. It's no different than an artist painting a picture and now she's finally finished and she got a beautiful artwork. It's the same thing with the lowrider scene. And it really doesn't matter how much money you put in the car, just as long as you put your heart into it and to make it beautiful. And I believe that you're gonna fit. It's fun, man, because everybody don't have these cars. You ask a female, how many times have you ever been a lowrider? No. Have you ever been a lowrider? Everybody ain't never been in these cars. So this is a different car than a Ferrari or a BMW or and we clown them kind of cars. All them luxury cars, we clown that shit. Because everybody have been in all that old shit. They never been in lowriders unless you know somebody with a lowrider. That's the thing about lowriding. If you ain't never felt what it's like to be on that juice, then you gotta feel it. It's a feeling. It's a rush. It will make you want to build a car. That's why you got a lot of females out here with lowriders. You gotta get female clubs.
Not to cut you off, big bro, what's the first female you seen out here low riding?
My very first
female, yeah. Can you get a
my homegirl Angel from Ladies First? That's the one. And then the second would be my secretary from my car club, Supernatural's Tina. Then was the first two that I knew that owned their own cars and putting it out here for the lowrider scene. And now Tina, she's one of the biggest. I mean, she's super. I mean, Tina got it cracking out here. She's the secretary from Supernatural Lowriders. I watched her come into the game, and she dedicated her heart to the game, and
shout out
she really put it out there for Supernatural Lowriders out of LA. She put it out there. She kept the club together, and in many guys' absences, because I've been absent from the club for a while because God had me on a mission to do other things, and when the Lord uses me, I allow Him to use me, but I love my club, and I have one of the most hottest, I believe, cleanest 83 Monte Carlos out there. So if anyone want to ever see it, just go to Supernatural Baby D 83 on Instagram and follow, and you can see what I like to do and how I put it down out there for my club. But right now, Tina and my homegirl Switch Queen from Watts.
Right.
Yeah, she's putting it down. They doing a lot of charity work out there. I got to give it up to
Shout
Watts.
out, yeah,
Let me give it
shout
up to
out
Watts.
Switch King.
They doing a lot of charity work, and they're really doing great things for the community out there. And they have changed the community. I mean, the clubs out there from over there and Watts, they have made major changes in their community just by low riding and being involved in the things of the community. And that's what really low riding does. That's what it is. I mean, right now you can't even put a picnic together. You're gonna see kids, women, family, wives. It brings out everybody. It's not one race. We talking all races of family now. This is God. This is what God did to stop the gang violence in our community, to bring these young brothers and sisters together, to let them know that there's something bigger. I mean, hell, build a car, get a motorcycle and go build a motorcycle, but do anything but be destructive.